The iPhone 16e just got released, but in my opinion, it is the worst iPhone you can buy right now. Let me tell you why. But before we start, if you are here just for the iPhone 16e, I don't have it with me. I'm just going to tell you why I think it is the worst iPhone available for purchase right now. Let's start first with the price itself of the iPhone. This iPhone comes at $600 base price at 128 gigabytes. Yes, that is quite expensive. It is not an affordable iPhone as Apple claims to be. When people bought the iPhone SE previously, they bought it because it came at a very affordable price in comparison to all the iPhones in the lineup. But this iPhone isn't really that affordable when you think about it. The iPhone 16, the base model version, comes at $800. Now there's a $200 difference, and you might think, yes, it is a lot. I might as well just buy the iPhone 16e. Well, no, and I will tell you why in a minute. The previously affordable iPhone in the lineup was the iPhone SE. It was at $430. Yes, that was affordable and it could compete in the affordable phones market. But this iPhone is in like a weird stage or in a weird price point for an affordable iPhone or for a full priced iPhone. In my opinion, it is such a weird point that you might as well just go for the previous model or the previous last year's iPhone model. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Previous year's iPhone 15 Pro in my country here comes at the same price as the new iPhone S16e. Well, for myself, it's a no-brainer that the iPhone 15 Pro is much better for myself than the iPhone 16e. Now, at the same price, I would still be able to get all the Pro features of the last year's iPhone Pro model at the same price of the base model iPhone or the Advantage or the budget iPhone of this year. You would think that the iPhone 15 Pro model of the last year, it is used the phone and it has been used for 2 years. It's not the same as a new iPhone. But let's be clear here and honest with each other. Do iPhones really break after certain years or after a certain period of time? Well, I've been using my iPhone, the iPhone 12, for a couple of years now, and it still runs very good in my opinion. So the 2 year difference doesn't really matter. Yes, the battery might be compromised a little bit, but in all honesty, batteries are good nowadays and they charge fast. So this change or this difference isn't significant in my opinion. Let's now talk about the camera of the iPhone 16e. Yes, it does come with a 48 megapixel camera, a new camera that is a huge upgrade if you want to compare it, let's say, with the previous iPhone SE model. But in my opinion, it is still a compromised camera if you want to compare it with high-end models phones, like the iPhone 16 or iPhone 16 Pro, or we will even compare it with the iPhone 15 Pro of last year. Now, the new iPhone 16e model doesn't have an ultra-wide camera or a macro lens. This will actually hinder your ability to zoom in photos or to take an ultra-wide photo. Now, if you take your iPhone in your trips or you take family photos or you use your iPhone in order to take all your photos that you take as a camera, well, it might be better for you to just get the iPhone 15 Pro of last year than to get the iPhone 16e. Also, with the new iPhone 16e, Apple has removed some of the iconic features of what made an iPhone in the previous days. With the new iPhone, you don't have a mute switch and you don't have a home button. People used to love the iPhone SE because it had these iconic features of an iPhone. Well, in the new iPhone, you don't have them and you don't even have the mute switch. You have the action button that comes with the new iPhones. Also, let's say you have the previous accessories of the lightning cable. The lightning accessories, well, you will not be able to use them with your new iPhone as it will come with a USB-C. Yes, the USB-C is great, but it's not great for everyone at the moment. Apple's flagship, the iPhone 16, had some problems with the display when it first got released, like freezing the touch screen and limited refresh rate. Well, we don't know if the same problems with the iPhone 16 will come with the iPhone 16e. So you might be better just waiting for next year's iPhone, the iPhone 17, in contrast to getting this one that might be full with problems of the iPhone 16 itself. Now, another problem with the iPhone 16e that I just couldn't figure why Apple wouldn't just put in it, the MagSafe. The MagSafe came out over 4 years ago. It came out first with the iPhone 12. And if you have or you like the MagSafe feature, the wireless charger or the MagSafe wallet, you can't use them with the new iPhone. I don't really get why Apple did that, but if you wanted to use these accessories, you will not be able to with your phone. Yes, a MagSafe charger will still charge your iPhone, but it will not magnetically attach to the phone itself. Now, if you want the new features of basically every phone in the market, 120 Hz, you will not get it with the new iPhone. The new iPhone, the iPhone 16e, is still stuck with 60 Hz refresh rate, and it is an LCD screen rather than the OLED screens of the new iPhones. In my opinion, every iPhone in the market now has 120 Hz. So getting a new phone in these days, in 2025, and having it only 60 Hz isn't really worth it in my opinion. So the animations will just be less smooth than with the new iPhones. Now yes, you do have here the latest chip, the A18 Bionic, but you will not have the screen to give you all that smoothness and all that fluidity in the iPhone itself. Now I really like the iPhone 16e's minimal design. For some people it is not worth it to buy this phone with this much price, with this much lack of features at the back of it. And let's also not forget the iPhone comes with the old bezel design rather than new notch design that is much better than the old ones. Now I do think the price of this iPhone is still much for the features it offers. It offers compromised screen, compromised features of the iPhone itself. It doesn't have the new screens, it doesn't have a higher refresh rate, and honestly I wouldn't buy it for that price. I would buy the iPhone 15 Pro in contrast to buying this phone. Before I end this video, I want to show you the price points of the iPhone 16e. The 128 gigabytes comes at $600 as I have told you before. But the upgraded storage comes at $700, which makes it a little bit closer to the iPhone 16, the base model, or even a higher price than the last year's iPhone 15 Pro model. So it's a no-brainer that it is the iPhone 15 Pro of last year is better in my opinion than this iPhone. One other thing about this iPhone, it comes in two colors only, the white and black. Honestly, I like the new minimalist design of it, but some people might not like it, and it is a personal preference at this point. And as I've told you, it comes with the old notch design rather than the new iPhone's design. And here is a side-by-side comparison with the new iPhone 16 of this year. The left one here is on the left hand side is the iPhone 16e, and on the right hand side is the iPhone 16, the base model iPhone 16. Both of them have Apple Intelligence, but the new iPhone doesn't have the camera control button, which is also a buying point for many people nowadays. And here is the difference between the back side or the extra camera that is present in the iPhone 16. It has advanced dual camera system, advanced 48 megapixel fusion camera, and 2 times telephoto and 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, which is not present in the new iPhone 16 as I've told you before. Now here it does say, mentions that the iPhone 16 has 1 extra hour of video playback, but in all honesty, I wouldn't think it would be that much of a difference between the two iPhones. Now if you open Apple's website to see what this iPhone has to offer, you will see that it has 9 more hours of video playback, 80% faster CPU performance, and durable design of ceramic shield, satellite features, and 48 megapixel photos. But when you see what they are comparing it to, they are comparing it to the iPhone 11, which isn't really that fair in my opinion, as you should compare it to the iPhone 15, let's say, or the iPhone 15 Pro, or the iPhones of the same price, but they will come used for a year or two at most. Now when you compare these two with the iPhones of similar price, you will see that it is not, or it doesn't really give you that much of an upgrade of what you can get at the same price point just for a used phone. So this was it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.